Backstage, a behind-the-scenes look at local arts and culture. Backstage with Tshila on ZiFM Stereo. Backstage with Tshila on ZiFM Stereo.
Good evening, my name is Tshila. Welcome to the program Backstage, the official access to the main stage. I hope you can hear us loud and clear wherever you're tuning in from. If you're in Mutora Shanga, you can catch us on 97.6. In Bay Bridge, we are on 101.6. Kanamuru Kunyanga, Tiripa 98.2. Vic Falls 106.5. Aya, good Vic Falls. Mosia Tunya 106.5. In Mashingo, you can catch us on 96.1. For those who are listening to the program for the first time, this is a platform that was created by ZiFM specifically to identify and find innovative, creative minds from young and gifted Zimbabweans to give our creative industries a new voice. And in the studio with me, I'm joined by such talent. Tonight on the program, we've got Fazi L. We are also joined by Lama Tirikoti. I know him as Nyasa, he's been here before. And also joining us is Ras Millian. A little bit later, we are going to have Act and Chiyedza, who are going to join us. Act has got a very, very, very beautiful type of music that he does. So stay tuned for that a little bit later. I'm going to start with Fazi L. It's been a while, my brother.
How you doing, Tshila?
I'm alright, man.
Good evening, Zimbabwe. How you guys out there?
And what have you been working on? What's been happening in the Fazi L universe?
Well, there's actually a lot of things going on right now, but the music side of it, we managed to launch our single, Like My Music, on the 16th of February, which I should say, and I'm happy, is doing quite well. We're working on the script for the video now, so we're shooting that soon. That's the Like My Music part of it, but Fazi is also working on a new sound, and hoping to finish my album by August and release it by November, on my birthday on the 4th of November.
Alright.
Yeah.
What is this new sound called? What is it called?
It's called Afrotonic music. It's a blend of Sungura, Kongonya, reggae, and calypso, but with emphasis on the Zimbabwean instrumentation, like our native sounds like the mbira, the bengi drum, the marimba, and we're fusing that music together, and we're creating Afro pop sound.
Alright. So do you write and compose your own material?
I write my music and then I hear the music.
Alright.
You get me?
Alright.
I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how it works with Fazi.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that makes sense, but I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. So have you started doing any live shows?
Not at the moment. I haven't done any live shows, I think, for the past 3 months. The only live show I'm doing is this Saturday, but it's not about music. It's the other side of Fazi, which is the spinning side of me. I love that box BMW.
Alright.
You know, yeah.
Alright.
So that's my other passion as well. But the music side of it, I've got a band that we just put together, because Fazi never had a band.
Alright.
So we call it Fazi and the Afrotonics.
Okay.
Yeah. So we started rehearsals now. So we're gonna have about a month of rehearsals before we go out there and start having shows. Put our act together and clean it up. You know what I mean?
Alright.
Yeah.
Who did you work with on your current project?
I worked with Amara Brown.
Alright.
Yeah. She featured on the song, and Rocky was the producer.
Alright.
Yeah. Rocky tends to understand my sound.
Alright. What is your sound? You know, what is it? You know, the way you put it across. Is it Is it complex? How do you come up with it?
Do you want me to just like do some?
Yeah, maybe, do a little
maybe so
something.
you understand. But this is a cappella though.
All right.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. I like to see them smile. Ooh, day nana. I like to see them smile. Day nana. Chimbonde nyemwera. Oh, day nana. Ombonde tamizra ojiuno. Day nana. Day nana. Day nana. Oh, day nana. You get me?
I feel it.
That's Afrotronic music. That's the way it would sound, but the instrumentation that comes with that now is a lot of. In that song, there's gonna be lots of drums playing because I hear lots of drums in there.
All right.
You know, I hear that foot movement,
All right.
that Congoya feel. You know what I mean?
All right.
Maybe we put that Sungura guitar on it, and then we blend it up and we make some Afrotronic music.
I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Yeah.
You should also have the a cappella version on.
Yeah.
Because the a cappella
That's a
version
good
sounds,
idea.
the a cappella version sounds really, really great. And from what you are saying, I know the instrumentation is going to be mind blowing. I know there's DJs listening out there who would want to make a remix of that song. So you need to do an a cappella version of that song. Where can people find your music?
You can find it on SoundCloud /Fazia. You can find it on Facebook /Fazia. We haven't started distributing it, but we've had a lot of people downloading it. It's on iTunes in the next month.
All right.
Yeah. We're just putting some things together.
Who would you like to work with? In Zimbabwe. I mean, who's like your like your dream musical partner? Who would you want to work with?
There's actually 2 Zimbabwean artists that I like to work with. Sounds far-fetched, but I'd like to do a song with Thomas Mfumo, and I'd like to do a song with Tuku.
That ain't far-fetched.
Yeah, but I see it happen maybe in the next year.
That's very close. Because I think with the Afrotonic sound, you are already in the right direction. It's got an identity. It's got a collective identity. So you are in the right direction. Hopefully, we can get to make that happen.
Inshallah.
This is the promise, Fazia.
Yeah. And I take it. I accept that blessing. Yeah.
Thanks, man, for coming through and sharing with us your Afrotonic music. We're looking forward to the launch of your whole project.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you, Zimbabwe.
Anzima Matirikoti. I know you as Nyasa. This Zitara will be Matirikoti. How did that come about?
Well, first of all, I would like to say good evening, Zimbabwe, and I'm happy to be on this program. And secondly, I would like to answer what you just said right now. Matirikoti is just a mountain that is found in Chiyedza, There's a lot of things that happen in that mountain, I tell you. Especially it's around 6 o'clock, you can see aeroplanes flying. There is war. But at the end of the day, in the morning, there is nothing happening. So I just love the war that happens, So I'm part of it. That's where Matirikoti comes from. Yeah, Nyasalant. We are all coming from Nyasalant.
Yeah. But I don't know why we have to define ourselves by geographical location, because when you look at it, when our ancestors traveled from those areas, there was no place called Nyasalant then. There was no place called Mozambique then.
Exactly.
So we all from here, man. We all from here, and we from here and from everywhere. So what are you working on? I hear you've got a jazz project. I know you as a dancehall artist and as a reggae artist.
Well, for me, I can say I'm an artist. You remember me long back when I introduced hip hop. And now I introduced a lot of artists in the scene the likes of Ras Caleb, Jimbare, Ras Nelian,
Yes, sir.
Ryan. You know, there are a lot of artists that I've worked with, you know, making instrumentals. But right now I decided to create another music called The Sound of Mobakure, which is jazzy, a little bit of jazzy and a little bit of dancehall mixed on it.
All right.
Right.
All right. So, are you working on a project, or you have finished working on a project? Has it been released?
There are 2 videos playing on TV, Mwedi and another one, Tikanga Nireu. Well, what I'm thinking and what I'm really preparing for this album is, first of all, I want people to actually understand where the music is coming from and where I'm going and where I'm taking this idea from. So, but very soon, I'm sure that I'm going to introduce this album, especially around May, which is the 10 tracks, which some of them are going to hear them here.
All right. Where can people find your music?
For the meantime, it's found in SoundCloud. You can download videos on YouTube, and you can as well hear it on radio.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, we are playing it here on ZiFM.
You have the music on ZiFM, not knowing that you are playing it.
But do you listen to ZiFM? Last time you were here, you were claiming that we are not playing your music, and I played your music. Do you listen to ZiFM?
For sure, that's the #1 station. Which one should I listen to?
So definitely we are. If your music is here, we are definitely playing it. Can you sample for us a little bit of what's on your project?
Exactly. Right. Give me some.
So it's Ras Million.
With Ras Million, you know.
Ras Million.
Exactly. Mbare. Yeah, big up Mbare, you know. I know that kufuma ega ini ndichitambura anoda kudya ega ini ndakatarisa anoda kufuma ega ini ndichitambura anoda kudya ega ini ndichikwangwaya ini ndichita nemunjonjo iye achita nemazinyo ini ndichifamba netsoka iye achifamba nemota wakawa nepi moyo weutsinye moyo wa erude moyo weusime anoda kufuma ega ini ndichitambura anoda kudya ega ini ndakatarisa anoda kufuma ega ini ndichitambura anoda kudya ega pamuri mostaya penye bang empara direct tambura onge vampire ewa weshtaka dewan batsira trisati ready shati girl hey way away matiri koti tiri vasho mamuna away anoda kufuma ega ini ndichitambura.
Nice.
Wow, you know, with my Ras Million, you know. Yeah, big up yourself.
Did you also write and compose your own music?
For sure.
What musical instruments do you play?
I don't play, actually, I play keyboard.
All right.
You know, guitar is played by Million and Rhyme.
All right.
And they've worked on the project that I'm still doing. But I can say I was doing because some of the things are already done. Right. They put some nice instrumentals and some nice guitars there.
So what is your vision in music? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to take your music?
Well, I want music to take me where it's supposed to, because if I want to go back again and see, I started music long back, you know.
Right.
And until now, I believe that I've made a change in Zen music, you know. Give them hip hop, and then suddenly we're giving some raga tunes that have been played all over, new tunes, new artists coming, and this time we're giving them some jazzy music. I don't know.
All right, Nyasa, thank you for coming through. It's always a pleasure to have you on Backstage.
Thank you, my brother.
I wish you all the best in your work and in your projects and in your musical career.
And I wish more airplay on ZiFM. And yeah, wishes, you know.
You know, as long as you do good music, you know, good quality music, positive music.
Exactly.
I know ZiFM will definitely play your music.
That's true.
You know, joining us now is ACT.
Hi, Tshila. How you doing?
When I first heard the name ACT, you know, I didn't know that was, you know, that was a beautiful. Did your parents know you were going to be an artist?
I don't know. I don't think so. My father was a pastor, so when he came up with ACT, I think he was more referring to the Book of Acts.
All right.
So I don't think it's quite the same thing as what I ended up doing, but yeah.
But did you live up to his expectations?
Well, I won't say I'm an apostle, but but music-wise, yeah, and I'm just pushing that.
What does music mean to you?
Well, my whole life, really, growing up, I've always enjoyed music. It's always been a part of what I do. My dad used to play keyboard at church, so I always used to go play on the keyboard, and then he had what are those things, the accordions. Yeah, he had one of those, and I sort of grabbed that and played that as well, and just sort of picked it up until they eventually got me piano lessons.
All right. I remember that instrument from way back. You know, I was actually thinking about it a few weeks ago. I haven't seen it in a while. But in the late 80s and early 90s, almost every church had that musical instrument. What happened to that musical instrument?
I have no idea. I actually have no idea what happened to ours. It just disappeared one day. It was just not there anymore.
Chiyedza, it's a pleasure to have you back on the show. How did the two of you meet?
Martin would be the common link. We met actually on Sunday, which is what, 3 days ago? Yeah. And ACT was looking for a violinist for one of the songs that he's about to hopefully record. So one of his tracks just needed some violin in the background. So that's all I am, is just the violin in the background.
What is the concept behind this new track?
Well, with this track, it's with a compilation of other tracks, really. I was sort of thinking about being nostalgic, you know, how life as an adult, I don't feel like I'm really much of an adult, still at 22, but sort of life gets really hectic and really stressful, and, you know, you forget the simple things that were childhood. And that's sort of the concept behind sort of the project I'm working on, is that nostalgia, going back of being a kid. And the song that I'm working on with Chiyedza sort of is looking at a fairy tale, you know, how we look at all these fairy tales and as kids, and, you know, love lasts forever, but you sort of realize that it's not true, you know, like the fairy tales are, you know, we always say Disney's lying to all our kids and stuff, but the concept of the song, though, is that, you know, you meet someone, and that moment that you meet, in that first moment, you know, it feels like it could be a fairy tale, you know, that it could actually last forever. Love could be forever, and that moment can be a fairy tale itself, you know.
Yeah. What genre of music do you do?
Well, genres are very complicated things, aren't they? Well, I would sort of call my music indie.
Indie.
Which is, I haven't heard much indie artists in Zimbabwe, but so if I were to compare it to anyone really on the international music scene, would be maybe Ed Sheeran, sort of a bit of folk, also a bit of James Blunt maybe, I don't know, yeah, just sort of all sorts of
it's music.
Yeah, it's just music, yeah.
You know, I know, like on the international scene, you know, they've got R&B, they've got hip hop, you know, they've got all sorts of genres of music. But when it comes to African music, it's very difficult to confine it because it's so diverse. You know, it's drawn from various cultures, different cultures. They classify it under a certain term, you know. There's a term that they use, you know. Hasn't it been difficult for you, to enter the industry, to enter the musical industry because of the genre of music that you do?
Well, I haven't, I've just sort of moved back to Zimbabwe, and I've sort of just started dabbling into the industry, and it has been a little bit, you know, I didn't really know where I would fit in terms of Zimbabwe, in terms of the local scene, because my music is very different to what's being played. So at the same time, I really like that I'm bringing something completely different to the plate. And hopefully Zimbabwe would be able to appreciate that.
Alright. Did you train for music? Did you go to school for it or you self-taught?
Well, with guitar and a lot of other instruments that I do, I pretty much self-taught.
Alright.
Guitar, which being my favorite and sort of better instrument. The other ones aren't that great, like drums and stuff. I'm not.
But you have tried them.
Yeah, I've tried them. I can sort of play them, but you know, yeah. So with guitar, it's self-taught and sort of just dabbling because I just love experimenting with all instruments just to see what it sounds like. I just love getting a sound out of things. I play tables, chairs.
So can you sample a little bit of what you are working on with Chiyedza?
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah. So this song is called Fairy Tale. And yeah, so we sort of started working on it on Sunday, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. Princes and princesses, horses and carriages, fairies and magic, all things fantastic, all in this moment are falling for you. Maybe this could be the kind of once upon a time where happy ever after is born. I know life is not a fairy tale, but just for this once, can I have this dance? Ball gowns and tiaras, the fairy godmothers, the granting us wishes until the clock strikes 12. So let's take this moment, let's make it last. Maybe this could be the kind of once upon a time where happy ever after is born. I know life is not a fairy tale, but just for this once, can I have this dance? La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la, la 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 la. Can I have this dance? I know that my whole life I've been searching for you, and no other Cinderella could fit in your shoe. Maybe this could be the kind of once upon a time where happy ever after is. Maybe this is just a fantasy, but you're the reason now that I believe. Maybe this could be the kind of once upon a time where happy ever after is born. I know life is not a fairy tale, but just for this once. I know life is not a fairy tale, but just for tonight. I know life is not a fairy tale, but just for this once. Can I have this dance? Can I have this dance? Yeah. Thank you, thank you.
How long did it take you to compose this song?
Well, what with me and writing, what takes the longest is coming up with the idea.
Alright.
Once I have an idea, it'll take about a couple of hours to have all the lyrics down. And so, but yeah, the hardest part for me is sort of getting the concept and the idea. Once that's gone, then the lyrics are easy.
Right.
So yeah.
And what are your work ethics? What's your day like? Are you doing music professionally, or is a side plate? Is it part time?
Well, I want to do it professionally. I teach guitar. That's what I do with my time, and then I practice guitar. I practice about 2 hours a day, guitar playing every day, and yeah, and I write. In doing some theatre work, acting, a little bit of all this and that. It's a lot of performance arts and stuff.
Yeah. Do you think music is an act? You know, like is it theatre? Is it a film? do you think it expresses who you really are off the stage as much as on the stage?
I think it does, yeah, because for me, I couldn't live without music. It's sort of, I was laughing with my friend the other day. He asked me how much I love music, and I said, how much do you love breathing? It's it's a part of my life. It's just essential. I don't think of it as it's something I do on the side. It's pretty much something I do all the time. Yeah, so it's who I am.
So, like in a day, you wake up, you pick up your guitar.
Yeah, pick up my guitar, play some songs. I hear a new song, I try to play it, I try to learn it, try and make it my own, do all sorts of covers and stuff, yeah.
When you started music, what drove you towards music? Which artist or which genre of music made you fall in love?
Well, I listen to across all genres. I enjoy like all sorts of music. I love just the creativity on all platforms. So having sort of one specific genre to listen to, I think, is a bit sort of narrow-minded because music can speak in so many different ways. So I listen to pretty much everything I can find. So growing up, sort of the first music that I started listening to like religiously was probably Linkin Park. Growing up, it's something I just sort of picked up and just really enjoyed. I won't say they've influenced a lot of what I write and how I play, but they're really a big part of that, and sort of they led into sort of more artists. And so I would say the genre I listen to most would be sort of rock and that sort of thing, yeah.
All right. So can you sample something else?
Sure. Yeah. All right. So I only managed to work with Chiyedza for one song, so would have loved to have a violin on this one as well. But yeah, sure. I could do. This one is called "Color Me In." Right. Color me in with the colors of your heart, and sing me a song that's as pretty as your smile. Shine on my heart with the stars caught in your eyes. Shine on me for just a while and don't hold back at all. Give me all you've got and sweep me off my color me in. I'm living in a world of black and white, in my colorless state of mind, in my world of darkness, you are the light. So color me in. That was written in the stars. Let this be the melody that our hearts are singing now. Don't hold back at all. Give me all you've got and sweep me off my feet and color me in.
beautiful
Thank you
night.
so much.
Thank you guys for coming through. Fuzzy
Thanks for
L,
having us.
Thank you, Tshila.
Nyasa, Rasmelian, Chiyedza, thank you for coming through.
Vamatirikoti.
Matirikoti. We're just going to go out with that song. I need to feel that violin again. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Tshila. Join me again next week for another edition of Backstage, the official access to the main stage. Stand by for the news at 9, and after that it's Judgment Yard.
Sorry, wrong key. Princes and horses and carriages, fairies and magic, the whole thing's fantastic. All in this moment are falling for you. Maybe this could be the kind of once upon a time a happy ever after is born. I know life is not a fairy tale, just for us once. Can I have the stars?
ZiFM Stereo News.